Hey everybody, it's Lord Magicus. Alright, let's play Mono Blue Devotion and Pioneer. So, it's been a while since we did this, and I decided that for today we're going to try a few new cards in this list. First and most important one is Omen of the Sea. And before we were playing some Hypnotic Sprites and Spectral Sailors in the deck. I think this sort of helps a little bit. It's in some regards like extra copies of Thassa's Oracle, because when we play it we get to scry too, so we get to help if we're keeping hands with, like, um, Leyline and Nykthos, or if no, well, I guess, yeah, if we have like Leyline and Nykthos, it can help us find Gadwick, or if we have like Leyline and Gadwick, we can use it to find Nykthos, and in the late game being able to sack it to scry 2 can be helpful as well. It's also something we can play with Flash, and it's hard to remove, so it's Devotion that can stick around a little bit. It might help enable us to keep like 2 land hands a little bit easier, so it's sort of a little bit more clunky, but yeah, we don't have anything we can play in turn 1 anymore, but you know what, that's fine. This deck is not really doing anything until like turn 3 or 4 usually, so I think it'll be okay. This got some interesting synergy with like Thassa's Oracle, since when you play this card you get to draw a card, so if you have like a ton of mana you can play like Thassa's Oracle, put something like Gadwick on top, or like another Nykthos, and then play Omen of the Sea and then draw that card, and then play it, and then continue to do nonsense. So we might see that. And I just put an extra copy of Brazen Borrower in here. I don't know if that... We might want it to be like Temp-Vision or something instead. We only have 3 of those right now, but I think this is fine. Having lots of things with Flash that don't require Leyline sometimes helps, so... We have like the Tricksters, the Borrowers, and Omen of the Seas, and it's still maybe Wizard Retort, so we can pass the turn and still have a bunch of stuff to do even without Leyline. Sideboard, I'm gonna try Pithing Needles over the Sorceress Spyglass, simply because if we're gonna play more 2-drop stuff, then probably need to be doing this for 1 mana, so we can fill it out like on a turn 3 where we can play like Needle and still have something like Trickster, or maybe bouncing with Brazen Borrower up. It helps fill that. It reduces the clunk of the curve a little bit, so we'll try this. And I think at this point we kind of have an idea of what cards it is that we're naming with this thing, so it should be fine. And the only other card I'm going to try here is Reality Shift. So 2 mana, it's exile something, which means this should be helpful against a deck like Mono White Devotion, where if they're going for their combo, we can just exile their Heliod, and then they don't get to go off that turn. That's nice. Unlike Rapid Hybridization, it lets them manifest the top card of their deck. So if anybody doesn't remember what Manifest does, it puts the top card of their deck face down onto the battlefield, and if it's a creature, then they can, pay the creature's mana cost to essentially to morph it. So it'll just flip it up and it'll be that creature. But if it's just like a spell or something, then yeah, it's just a 2/2. Like, so as long as it's face down, it's just a 2/2. So it's a little bit smaller than hybridization, but potentially it can, if it happens to manifest an actual decent creature, then they might be able to flip it up for some mana. It's a little bit of risk with it, but blue doesn't usually get a lot of good removal, so the fact that it exiles means that it can hit things like Renois or Heliod, and I think in most cases the Manifest is probably less dangerous than the 3/3 from Rapid Hybridization, because I don't know, it's really, really close between the two. You could make an argument for either one, so I'm going to go with this one for now, but there's a possibility hybridization could be the right one. We'll see. But other than that, everything else is the same, so let's go play. Yeah, and if you have extra time and you're bored, recently did a vintage cube draft, which was pretty fun. I highly recommend checking that out. I am probably going to be moving over the next week or so, so I don't know how that might affect our schedule, but yeah, we'll see. I'll let you know when I have a better idea of how that might go down. So, alright, let's go. We're playing against Osunk. Okay, we are on the draw. Oh, oops. This is out of frame slightly. There we go. That's better. I must have moved it before and never put it back. I'm gonna look now. How long has that been out of frame here? Like, oh well. This hand doesn't look particularly good. I think we mulligan this. This is better, I think. Not by a whole lot, but we're gonna keep it. Pass. Overgrown tomb, so probably Sultai Delirium. Oh, I don't need this on my turn. Yeah, this Thassa is pretty good against the Sultai deck. Yep. We're definitely going to Brazen Borrower and bounce the stupid Jace. And then when they replay it, probably just counter it with Retort. We can get a loot off here if he wants. Fuck, Walking Ballista, that's not good. Oh, well, that's a mistake. That is a huge mistake. I didn't realize. I've totally forgot that they can flip it this turn. Well, this is what happens when you don't play Magic for so long. I needed to wait until they activated Jace. I was thinking like I just wanted to play like Thassa next turn, but that's obviously not going to happen. Alright, well, it's not over yet. You can flash in Thassa at the end of their turn. Okay. Master Waves does not actually do anything right now. That sort of helps. I'm going to have to play the ley line at the end of turn. Yep. 4 cards in hand. see. Yes, I want that on top. Let's not let this Jace get ridiculously out of hand. We're still not like in a ton of trouble. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't really need to do anything. It's going to be Uro. What the fuck is this? This is a new card. Alright. Atreus, Oracle of Half-Truths. When it enters the battlefield, you look at the top card. So it's like a mini fact or fiction, right? I don't think I really want that to be a thing. So let's see, we have access to 6 mana right now. So I would love to counter that. Okay. I'm just going to cast Brazen Borrower, because I want the devotion on the field. So it'll be harder for them to stop us from killing off Jace now. If they wait till our turn, we can just play Retort, so... Well, that's probably a good sign. This feels like... This might be a... I think here we probably want Gadwick. Now that's actually really good, too. I want to be safe here. I want Jace off of the table. That's excellent. I don't know what they're going to do here. Yeah, I'm not worried about Uro right now. So for 4 mana, this might be something we have to counter as well. If they just play Uro, I'd probably let that resolve. 4 cards, and you know what? Maybe I don't, actually. I can really start punching them in the face now. Yeah, because this lets them draw a card, gain life, and play another land, so that, you know, this might actually help tempo them a little bit if I do this. Alright. Yeah. Now they might not be able to do anything. Oh, excellent. Now that has to be good news for us. Bottom. Ha! Yes! That is exactly what we want to see. Okay. I regret to inform you that I would like to draw 6 cards, I think. No, I think I want to... If I draw Nykthos and something else... No, because I might want to play just a land from my hand and have 7 cards in hand. Like, this might just be concede territory. We're gonna have 8 cards in hand to their 2. Like, and they're taking at least 8 damage to the face. Yeah, that's right. Gadwick for 8 is just, get there. Not even their stupid Jace was enough to win them that game. Okay, so this looked a little bit interesting. It had the Vessel of Vacancy in it, so we definitely want Ashiok. I don't think this is a match where we really want Omen of the Sea. I guess we cut a Master Waves, right? What else? Mystical Dispute is actually looking pretty decent, too. So they have Jace, they have Uro, and they also had that other blue-green, or blue-black thing. Just, I don't really believe in Master Waves against this deck. So, I think this is fine. Because they're also probably going to bring in Mystical Dispute, so it makes sense. They'll have even more blue cards to... yeah, they'll have more blue cards for us to target with it, so we may as well have Disputes to fight back. They have stuff like Liliana, damn it, why can't I remember it? The Eldritch Moon one. The Last Hope. Yeah, Liliana the Last Hope can easily just like plus and kill Master Waves. So, and then stuff like Assassin's Trophy, maybe Collective Brutality. There are tons of ways for them to kill Master, and doesn't feel particularly strong against him. Like, if it sticks, it can be fine, but that's a pretty big if, and I think we have better ways to win. Just stuff like Thassa, Tempest, and even like just drawing a bunch of cards with Gadwick is usually a good way to win. Gadwick can just tap down everything and attack past it anyway, so... this hand looked great. I am super happy to keep this. We have Leyline, at least 2 islands, so if we draw third land at any point in the first like 3 turns, we'll be fine. And then we even have Trickster into Retort if we need it. So that should be helpful. We are 1000% keeping this. No, we're going to keep. They chose to keep, so... Alright. Leyline. Traverse, okay. So, island. Right, it's alright. Yeah, I read island, and then I'm like, okay, that's what happened, correct. Oh, good, Mystical Dispute. So if they play Jace, then we can just dispute it. So yeah, if they go Island Jace, we're definitely countering that nonsense. Get that fucking shit out of here. I am not ready to deal with Jace in my life. Oh, their hand is super, like, they don't have lands. Oh, they're boned. Super boned. And we're just curving out. This is nice. I'll wait till their end step to play Ashiok. Because I might want to play this Wizard's Retort if they play, like, say, another Traverse trying to fix their hand, or play, like, another Jace. This feels like we're definitely in the driver's seat, though. They have 7 cards in hand. I guess they're gonna, yeah, they have to use a dispute. They don't have anything else to do right now, so... Well, if we could draw something that's not land, then we'd be much better off here. Oh, okay. 14. Well, the best thing for us to do still might be to just keep attacking them while their life total is low. Fantastic. That is exactly what we wanted. Hard for them to deal with. We still have Wizard's Retort up. Just play Thos at the end of their turn, and then try to protect it with Retort. What are you doing? This will kill them incredibly quickly. So let's see. Well, I don't know what we want, but definitely not that. Absolutely not. Alright, well, Nykthos sort of helps if we can draw Gadwick. I guess this is the closest thing they have to Hero's Downfall. Oh, nothing. That's gotta be a good sign. No. Please be Gadwick. Gadwick is really gas right now. Do they have another one? Ooh. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Fuck! Alright, well. I don't really want to play this island right now because this just tells them that we don't have anything, so. They're at 3. We are so close to just killing them before they can even get a game going. But what are they doing? Like, are they just unable to cast stuff right now? Alright. No! Why do we keep flooding? They're at like 1 life. Literally anything would kill them. A swift breeze could kill them at this point. We are so close. I guess they gotta play Murderous Rider, right? Yeah. Can we get like Tempest in or something? I mean, that's not nothing. They can gain 2 life from this, but then Brazen Borrower can just kill them. Yeah, I'm not going to bounce it because if I bounce it, they'll just kill the Brazen Borrower, so. Alright. They can't Mystical Dispute it, so they might have Abrupt Decay. Still have a ton of cards in hand, so it could just be a bunch of removal. Or they could just be dead to this. Like, this might be enough to kill them. They're just sitting on a bunch of, like, cards that they can't really cast. Oh, yeah, okay, they had nothing. Alright, well, despite the massive flood there, like, we managed to get there in the end, so, cool. We beat Sultai Delirium, and we made it look really easy. It's not always that easy. Sometimes it's really hard, but their draw just really sucked that time, so. I think we've definitely got tools for that matchup, though. Like, Thassa is really good if you can keep it in board. Ashiok is very strong. They have to get rid of Ashiok or their game plan falls apart. You know, Mystical Dispute on the Jace was really critical. So, yeah, and we had Leyline both times. So, you know, every time that you have Leyline, your deck just feels like it's on a totally different tier. It either feels like a tier 1 deck or like a tier 2 deck, depending upon whether you have Leyline in play or not on turn 0. I don't like high variance stuff like that, but at the same time, I think that's just kind of a sad reality. We have to live with it because it's free devotion and it just does way too much for us to be able to like cast Tempest at end of turn, stuff like that. So, all right, let's go. Game 2 or round 2. Wow, we had a battle here with this. the Yost with the most. So we finally, after like 3 attempts, managed to win. So we're going to be on the play. This hand's actually great, and this is going to make Omen of the Sea look fantastic. We want to scry another island to the top. Okay. Then we can go. Okay, so we're up against mono white. Okay. End of turn, we will play Omen of the Sea. Okay. They didn't want to attack in. I don't know what they're afraid of, but no, not that one. This one. The other picture of Thassa. Oh, I think we have to put both in the bottom because we really need that land. Okay, we did find it, so that's good. And if we draw a second, another land, that would be fantastic too. That's also good. So we only have 4 devotion right now, so I think here we're just passing. They still have to be very concerned, so we'll probably play Thassa at the end of turn. Unless they play like Heliod, then I might want to bounce that. Yeah, you can get in your 1 damage, it's fine. I think they should have attacked last turn. This turn was much more dangerous to attack. Heliod. So if we play Thassa this turn, then we probably have to hold up Brazen Borrower. Okay. But we're not going to have a better opportunity to do this. What about Island here? So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana with Nykthos. I mean, Island doesn't really do very much. Probably going to play Master Waves if they don't play Walking Ballista, but if they do play Ballista, then we have to play the Brazen Borrower. I don't actually think that I really want the island this turn. I think I would rather try to get another 2-drop, so if I play Brazen Borrower, I can play 2-drop and Borrower. That's fine. So we can pass here. Because now we can set up a turn where we can just like Thassa's Oracle and Brazen Borrower at the same time. Now it is super risk for them to attack into. Well, I don't know, I guess, you know what, maybe it's not as risky as I think, but it's got to look scary from their side. I might even just play Master Waves if they don't do anything. It's possible they might play something like Stasis Snare. If they just go for oh, they're not doing anything, huh? Maybe I think Master Waves actually is pretty good here. This puts a ton of pressure in them. Yeah, okay. So the thing is, if they have Stasis Snare, they have to choose probably Master Waves and not Thassa, because if they don't, Master is going to kill them. And this also gives us an opportunity to, like, potentially bounce this at some point. I think here, because we have another 2-drop in hand, I'd rather have a land, so it's also not terrible. Alright, pass. There's no reason for me to do things in their turn. So if they don't do anything, then I can just play like Omen of the Sea and then Thassa's Oracle. They didn't play a land last turn. Interesting. Walking Ballista X equals 1. Yeah, I think that's actually okay. They don't have enough mana to actually do anything with it. So I guess, how do we do this? Play Omen of the Sea, and then Thassa's Oracle. That'll wake up Thassa. And then that lets us hold up Borrower to bounce this thing. No, but I also might want to bounce this now, because then if I draw a counter spell, I may need to actually counter it on the way back down. So maybe we want to play the Oracle first. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think, yeah, we want Wizard's Retort on the top. Okay, and because we have Wizard's Retort on top, now it's safe for us to Petty Theft and bounce this Heliod. Okay. So, yeah, we just have to draw the retort. Yeah, I don't think they're blocking. They're just going to take 6. If they just tap out for Heliod, we currently have 6 Devotion in play, so we can Wizard Retort and then play Master of Waves. Baffling End. Aha. I don't think I really care about that, do I? I can make them waste this Walking Ballista on Master Waves if I want to. I guess, I don't know, like, this is really close. Alright, I gotta read Heliod again. Alright, let me see Heliod. Because this matters. If they play another land, this... right. Whenever you gain life, so you can put a counter on it and give it lifelink. So what can happen is, well, they can't cast it this turn, but what can happen is next turn if they play Heliod... Oh, but you know... Yeah, if they play Heliod, then they attack with these creatures. That could be a problem. But I feel like countering this thing might just be the correct thing to do here. Because I think that if we play Master Wave, we probably force them to do something about it. Yeah, like they have to ballista this thing now, because if they don't, it's going to kill them. Yeah. So now their combo is offline. Okay. So just trying to think if they could possibly weather that storm otherwise, and I don't think that they can. That is insanely good. I think we want this on top. So we have 1, so we have 6 devotion right now. So I guess do we want to attack first? So it's possible we want to Gadwick and then Omen of the Sea and tap this thing down. Yeah, because we're going to put the shields down for a turn. So let's see, it'll be 3. I like this plan. I'm going to keep this one. You can draw 4 cards and then use Omen of the Sea to tap this thing down. Yeah, I think... Well, I don't think it matters, actually. I think we just Merfolk Trickster it down. No, well, okay. The only thing I'm considering is that I want to be able to attack for even more damage next turn, but this looks like they're dead. Yeah, okay. They just got stuck at 3 lands and couldn't do anything. So I think we want Reality Shift. I think we want Essence Scatter. Those 2 cards really keep them off of their combo. Master of Waves is actually sort of not great, because they do have a ton of ways to deal with it. The only other thing I would consider is Pithing Needle. There are a lot of good targets for it. What do I cut for Needle? Probably Omen of the Sea and maybe 1 Wizard's Retort. I don't really like cutting the retorts against this deck, but I think we brought in an essence. Yeah, we brought in a lot of answers to it. I think we can afford to part with 1 retort, because this just fits on our curve better. Alright. Okay. So we won game 1 against Mono White, and this can be a very hard matchup, so that definitely helps. This hand looks fantastic. It's got Leyline, Nykthos, and stuff to do with it. Oops. They had nothing to do on turn 1, that's good. Pass. We drew Tempest in, which is excellent. Probably Anafenza. Walking Ballista. Oh, they're just going for it. Okay. Alright. Okay, please attack. Nope. Okay. Hold on a sec. They didn't. I think we can actually play Oracle here, and we can hold up the Brazen Borrower to bounce this thing in their turn. I think we do need to play Oracle. Ooh, those are some solid choices here. Let's see, Merfolk Trickster looks pretty appealing. So we can bounce Heliod to keep them from doing this. Yeah, Trickster can then just maybe buy us some more time. I think it's pretty free to attack here, too. I guess let's see if they attack. Like, I don't think they're going to. Yeah, no, attacking seems like suicide. They can't activate this and put a counter on this at the same time. It won't work. Right now, they're 1,000% reliant on this combo just getting there. And I think, yeah, I'm just going to play Trickster. There's not really any reason not to. They can put a counter on it. But if they just play Heliod again, I'm just going to bounce it with Brazen Borrower, so... Baffling End. That's fine, I guess. So, I guess I need to just float some mana here, right? And you're just passing. Okay, so what I need to do is bounce the Ballista and then play Tempest Shin. Yeah, they can ping me for 1 damage, but that's it. Now they can play Heliod again, but... huh. We're running out of tricks, though. Like, they're getting close to the point where they can just kind of go for it, so... Stasis Snare. Oh, okay. That's fine. That's great. Okay. So that was a very, very big draw here, because now it lets us deploy Trickster and Wizard's Retort. Yeah, I really don't want you to do this. Okay. We're making progress. Actually, they can play Heliod and give this thing lifelink, so I do want to just attack with this one. Because now they can't attack with the Thraben Inspector. Even if it gets lifelink, it's not going to do anything, so... They have another Walking Ballista. Looks... Alright, yeah, now we're actually dead here. They had 2 Ballistas, so that's... I mean, it was either they had 2 Ballistas or they had 2 Heliods. One of the two. Like, we couldn't play around both of those things. So we actually just died to the combo here. Fucking Splinter Twin and Pioneer. They have to go for it, though. Like, no, they don't have enough mana to. Okay, so we might actually get another turn. Alright, if we can pick up another relevant card, then maybe we can get there. Why didn't they play Heliod? Okay. They can just ping off the Borrower now, that's fine. I'm still gonna cast it because it's got. I gotta use their mana up somehow. Yeah. All right. All right. We're actually just dead now because there is no way to stop them from actually being able. We're too we're not gonna be able to turn that around. So, damn it. They had 2 walking ballistas the whole time. That sucked. All right. Well. So like this, I don't know. This deck is incredibly tough. Like we saw game 1 where they just had like a poor draw. But this time they just like, oh, let me just keep jamming combo pieces and just potentially threaten to win the game every turn from like turn 4 onwards. So I would love to be on the play. I think this hand actually is fine. Keep it. Reality Shift is good. This means that we can disable their combo with it. Get there. Okay, sure. Um... Yeah, I think this is a good turn to play Gadwick. This lets us then deploy Thassa's Oracle and still hold up Reality Shift next turn. Potentially tapping down a blocker if we need to. Okay. It's indestructible, right? It's not a creature at the moment, but it's actually fine. I don't know, I guess tap the clue token. This is really close. I think Nykthos? If they just played Walking Ballista and then try to go for it, I'm just going to Reality Shift the Walking Ballista, so we're not dead to that next turn. So I think if I put Nykthos on top, this lets me draw some... We don't get to draw that many cards, though. Like, Brazen Borrower might actually just be worth more as... Yeah, I think I want Brazen Borrower on top. Because I can't tap out for Nykthos to go really stupid with this Gadwick yet. Borrower might just be more important trying to bounce this Heliod. Because if they play land and Walking Ballista, we're not actually dead to that. Baffling End, okay. Yeah. I don't really want to be bouncing this. they keep playing creatures, though, we might get to just exile this Heliod. Okay. We have 4 cards. I think we're still in an okay spot. If they don't do anything, we'll just bounce Heliod and play Brazen Borrower. Oh my god, yeah, okay. We'll just have mono removal. We have to keep playing things to attack them, so... And hope that they run out of... Of course, why would they not? Alright, this is getting harder. Oh, here we just play Gadwick and draw 3 cards and hope for the best. And we played a land already. That's not good. That means they probably have it. No, Arcanist Owl. Okay, that's a card we can beat. Never mind. We're not dead yet. If we play Heliod, it's now vulnerable to Reality Shift. Nope, they just keep drawing removal, so they're just playing mono removal spells. So let's see, I can play Leyline, right? I have 7 mana and I can still hold up Wizard's Retort. I guess I'm not really worried about Nykthos right now. At this point, I'm inclined to let Heliod probably resolve so I can Reality Shift it. Because the thing I really want to counter is the Ballista. That's going to be a problem. Okay, they only have 1 card in hand, and we know what it is, so... 13 mana, okay. Yeah, I can't afford to let them cast a Ballista, so I think we're permanently holding this Retort in our hand. Okay, you have a human. Alright. Well, I don't know why you didn't... No, I guess it doesn't matter. We're going to tap this down. I can't afford to have you gaining the life back. Right. This is insane. Like, I don't know how we're supposed to defeat this. I guess we have to play Omen of the Sea here. Pray for something. Bottom and bottom. Drew another Reality Shift. I guess I got a Reality Shift Heliod now, don't I? Because I don't want them to give another thing lifelink. probably have to counter anything that they play. How much is this? 8, 11. I really don't like this. Alright, how do we defeat this? Okay. Here's the thing, if I exile the owl, it saves us 4 life, which means then we're only taking 7 this turn. And it's not flying anymore, so then blocking is an option, but if they drew Walking Ballista, we're dead. I don't know if I have much of a choice, though. I think we're getting past the point where being able to counter that is going to matter. So we have 5 mana here. We can use Shift in this and then do this and pray. Alright, I'm going to do that. Neither of those are cards that I really like. They're not going to help me right now. No. Nope. Alright, we're just putting the shields down and praying. We don't have anything else to do here. Their opponent played 5 fucking enchantment removal spells, so now this looks like they have it. No, they might just be making a human token with the castle. Okay. If they just play Ballista, like, we die anyway. And they would have just drawn it off the top, so that doesn't help. I think that means we lose. Because I can't really attack through this. I don't even have the kind of devotion that would be necessary in order to do anything about it. We're going to take like 10 damage this turn. Oh, well, in that case, yeah, they manifested a Ballista, of course, so that's fine. We lose both games to Walking Ballista, so fuck that card. That's brutal. You know what? Reality Shift definitely hurt us there a little bit, but it also gave us a chance to win, I think. Our opponent just, like, you know, they drew like 5 removal spells in a row, so we can't beat that. Our entire plan revolves around keeping things on the board, and their entire plan is adding devotion to the board by removing our stuff, so there is nothing we can do to stop that. Their Stasis Snare is like ridiculously good in that deck. It feeds their devotion and, you know, deals with any potential problem creatures in the board. Wow, it's insane. The mono white deck is ridiculously strong. And like since the day that Heliod was spoiled, like I knew that deck was going to be a thing. But I don't know why it took so long for it to catch on either. Like nothing has changed in this format since like Inverter was dominating it. So it's kind of weird that it took people so long to catch on to the strength of mono white. And Wizards even they said something in their last announcement about Pioneer where they were watching mono white. They are paying way more attention to that than they are to Inverter, which I mean it looks more and more like that should be the case. I don't know why we haven't seen Inverter in so long. I don't know. It's rough, but you know what? I guess we're in the draw. They mulled to 6. So it's not terribly exciting. I mean, I guess we probably have to keep it, though. We got, like, Thassa's Oracle into try to find the lands. I mean, I don't think we can afford to mulligan this hand. Like, it's not really good. This is one of those, like, very medium hands that you're just kind of stuck keeping, where you don't have Leyline. Game Trail, that can't possibly be a good sign for us. That means that we are probably going to see, like, Burning Tree Emissary, I'm guessing? Yeah, called it. Well, that's sort of helpful. Master of Waves, if we can get to it, will be very... Oh, fuck me. Here's the thing, we might... No, well, I don't think we need either of these cards. Because if we play Merfolk Trickster and then we still have 4 mana to play it. So I think I still want to just potentially draw an island next turn anyway. But we need to keep this Oracle online in order to have any hope of getting mastered. Okay, so we're taking 6 damage. So we have to survive 1 more combat. Okay, well that's actually helpful. Because now we can get Master Waves online next turn for sure. I think I probably just let them attack here. Pelt Collector is fine. I only have 1 card left in hand. Guess I could tap down this and save myself some life. We can attack for 3 pretty safely, but that's it. Then we can play Master Waves and then follow it up with another Master Waves. Okay. Hopefully... Okay, that's not a problem. We get 5 elementals. That should be enough. So we have 5 mana. It doesn't matter. We just have to play Master Waves. So let's do this right. They have no cards in hand. They're not going to have a very easy time beating this. Yeah, I mean, we can just start trading off elementals with their board. I take 2. What if they have Stomp? I guess I'm not really worried about it. 3. Yeah. Okay. They're dead. They're fucking dead. Ridiculously, redonkulously dead. Yeah. Double Master of Waves was enough to stabilize against the Gruul Aggro deck, so helpful. So we don't have a lot against this deck. I think probably just Essence Scatter. I guess Reality Shift could be okay. Master Waves is fantastic. Omen of the Sea doesn't look very good. Retort is a little bit slow in this matchup too. You can play the 2 Reality Shifts. They might be better. There certainly are things that we might want to Reality Shift in order to not die, so... I think this is right. Alright, we'll run it like this and see what happens, I think. Master of Waves is just incredibly good in this match, so if we have Master, I think our chances of winning go up very high. If we don't have Master, our chances go down. Well, this is a hand with Master and Leyline, but only 1 land, so I don't think we can keep that. This is better. Well, not by much, but we're going to keep it. We're just hoping that Trickster into, like, Tempesh slows them down. Experiment 1. Oh, okay, well, now this hand looks really, really good. We just got to draw another land and not die. So, Burning Tree. Yeah, I mean, they're on the play this, so, I mean, there's definitely the opportunity for us to just get run over. I am not blocking anything here. That's not bad. We might be doing that on turn 3. Doesn't have any red mana yet, so... Okay, well, we're definitely going to Trickster down, I think, this Voltaic Brawler. I don't really want to block, but at the same time, I kind of, yeah, like, I think we just need to keep Devotion for Master Waves. Alright, I'm willing to take some damage here. Experiment 1, okay, so it doesn't have another land. Okay, well, that's definitely looking better for us here. Tempesh is great. So lets us stabilize. I don't think I'm going to be blocking with this Trickster, so I may as well attack with it. Jin can block something here. Surely they will do that. Let's save ourselves the most amount of life. Hope that they don't have, like, Aspect of Hydra or something. Okay. Looks like he's just mana screwed right now. So we have 6 mana. Petty Theft, I guess we're going to bounce an Experiment 1. I think that might just do it. Yeah, yeah, alright, cool. So, that was the Gruul Aggro deck. We managed to beat that on the back of Master Waves. I mean, without Master, that match is very difficult to win, like, for sure, because they attack for a lot of damage very quickly. We kind of got lucky that he didn't see any red mana in Game 2, so they have a bunch of stuff like Stomp that can definitely be a problem, even maybe like Wild Slash that can kill Master Waves if you ever make the mistake of blocking with it into open mana. I think we did that once and we just decided that it was a risk worth taking because we had a second Master in hand, so it was fine if they did. But certainly, like, that match doesn't have to go like that. If they have, like, you know, a bunch of, you know, shocks or whatnot in their hand to keep Devotion off the board, then it can get pretty tough. But Unfortunately, their start there was a little bit clunky, and they couldn't get going fast enough in order to beat Master. So, on to round 4. We are on the play. This is Adele. Okay, neat. I think this is okay. I'm gonna keep it. It's not incredible or anything, but we can play Oracles. Mountain, okay. Well, this actually might be a good, yeah, a really good turn to play Thassa's Oracle then if we're up against a red deck. Because they won't be able to kill it. Oof. I don't know. Ooh. See, here's the problem, like, I really want this Tempest Gen, but I don't have the islands to support it right now. So I don't think I'm gonna put it. Ugh. No, I don't think I want to. I think there are better things that we can draw here. Yeah, like I'd rather draw Master Waves. See, look how good at this game we are. Alright, then I guess I guess I could just play another Thassa's Oracle and just try to ensure that there's a land on top, because this gives us multiple ways to make sure that we can cast Master, either by 4 Devotion off of this, or... Yeah, mana here is good, because we also have Gadwick, so... Now, this way, even if they manage to, like, kill an Oracle, it's not the end of the world, because we can just hard cast Master and it'll be fine. Like, they can't really attack into this right now. Chain Whirler doesn't really do anything either, so... If they have Chain Whirler, I don't think they want to be playing it at the moment. Might stomp something. Well, no, stomping doesn't really do anything either. Like, I don't know, that's kind of a hard spot for them, because they can't really attack, and they have to cast something and shock themselves, at least, in order to progress this board state. Whereas we just have to cast Master Waves and they're going to die. So I don't know what their plan is, but it doesn't look very strong right now. But it could. Like, they could just be sitting on, like, Chain Whirler, and if we play Master Waves, they might just kill all our elementals. Who knows? There's a lot of ways this can go wrong. Bone Crusher Giant. They just played Bone Crusher. Okay, that makes sense. We have 5 mana here. I guess we're just hoping they don't have Chain Whirler. I'm not really in any hurry to attack. We can probably just Gadwick and draw a bunch of cards if we need. It's good to get that on the board anyway. But I think if they have Chain Whirler, they have to, like, play it right now. So again, they can't attack through this board state, so... And I'm threatening to kill them very quickly, so... Eidolon! Oh, fuck! That is some risky business, my friend. What are you doing? You can't cast like a Wild Slash now. It's too late for that. You played Eidolon first. Like, why? That was the wrong order to do that. Like, you just dealt yourself 2 damage for no reason. Okay, I guess, like... Could play this Gadwick and go to 14, but Man, that might just be okay, because then we can set up a turn where we tap all their guys down and kill them. I mean, we're going to lose 4 life, but we get to draw 3 cards, so... We have Wizard Retort, so okay. Again, I don't really want to block with Master. They might have Chain Whirler, though. Like, oh, they just gave up. Okay, never mind. So they obviously did not have anything, like... Okay, well, I guess Gadwick for 3 just won the game again, so... Essence Scatter looks good here, and probably not much else. Again, Omen of the Sea. Omen is going to be one of those cards that's really easy for us to cut from the deck. Just because, like, it's... everything else is kind of core to what we're doing. Omen is just like a flex card. And this is not a long, grindy game where we need Omen. For sure. The only question is, do I cut the other Omen? And if so, what do I bring in? I don't know if I want to bring anything else in. I mean, Disallow's fine. Reality Shift is also okay. It's not great. I don't know. Since we're going to be on the draw, I think maybe Reality Shift is fine. Cut Omen. Thassa's not super amazing here. Especially if we, like, I think we can reasonably cut Thassa against this red deck. Because they do have burn spells to keep our devotion off the table. I'm just thinking about Reality Shift, because if they play something like Torbrand or they Ember Cleave something, I really want to be able to remove the creature that's going to deal us like a bajillion damage. I don't know. Maybe this isn't right, though. Maybe I just want one of these. I'll keep Thassa. I mean, Thassa could also come out for Disallow, but it's close. Like, there's not a lot of board states where casting Thassa makes a lot of sense. Maybe Disallow makes more sense than Thassa does, though. Because, again, they could have something like Ember Cleave. She's not necessarily going to stick around in the face of removal, so... Alright, I'm going to try it like this. I don't know if this is right, but this is what I'm going to go with. I think this is close enough to right that it won't matter that much. Fuck, we're on the draw. Okay, so here's the deal. If we're on the draw, if we draw like one land, we're in this game, and if we don't draw a land, we die. We have 2 turns to draw it. Can we mulligan to... Like, the thing is, if we draw one land, like, we're definitely in the driver's... Like, we have Oracle to find us more lands, we have, like, Counterspell, Trickster, like, this is going to be so good, but if we fail to draw lands for 2 turns, we're going to die. I think we keep it. I think we take a risk here. Because we're on, like, again, we're on the draw, so, like, the chances that they can just run us over if we, like, keep, like, a clunky hand, like, really high. Alright. We have 1 more turn to draw something. Oh, fuck. Alright, that's not good. Come on, get there, get there. No! Fuck! Alright, well, we're dead. It's not over yet, but it's getting close. Soul Scar Mage gives a problem. Like, yeah, they just are gonna get us. Chain Whirler, or Rabble Master. Oh, yeah, that's definitely something I'd want to Reality Shift. Alright. Honestly, like, this is a very aggressive start for them. This might be too late, to be honest. I don't know if it matters. I can exile this thing. We're going to take 4. It doesn't feel good. then we have to deal with it the turn afterwards. I have to do this though. Maybe this will put some fear into them seeing this card, so. But I feel like we're dead. If they play like Torbran, like, you know, no, yeah, that's what's happening. Alright, we're dead. There was no way that like 6 cards was beating this, for sure. So, it does look like Reality Shift is going to actually be probably good against them. So they do have some very high impact creatures that we want to hit with that. Cut one of the disallows. Alright, just run it like this. We hope that being on the play, maybe we can keep a leyline hand that will just, you know, have Master Waves early enough to matter. Maybe they'll mulligan. I'd love to play first. This hand's sort of okay. I guess we're going to keep it. It's a little slow. Mulled to 6, okay, well that's normally a good sign. That means Tempest Djinn might be successful at walling them off until we can do something. If we're lucky, we can draw like a 2-drop next turn. Or even drawing Master Waves would be fantastic. Alright. Not really what I wanted to see. Alright. I can't just like do nothing. Like I have to like at least pretend I have something to do. I'm gonna agonize over this a little bit. Okay. Make them think that we have something. That's something. So I definitely want to play Tempest Djinn, but I want the Djinn to stick. Yeah. Because I really want to be able to play Gadwick off this Nykthos and have this up too. So then this Nykthos will let us draw 2 cards off of this pretty freely. 4 cards. Like, what happens if they have Stomp? Then this thing actually just kills Tempest Djinn. So I'm just gonna take 4. This will be, or is it? Yeah, this will be 5. We'll have 6 mana, so we can play Gadwick, draw a card, and then still do this if we need. Okay. Might try to kill off this Kari-Zev this turn. So, okay, we could be putting the shields down for this by a lot. I can play Gadwick right now and Reality Shift the Soul Mage, but it does mean that we're going to take a ton of damage if he plays like Torbran. I think it might be necessary though, because then our Tempest Djinn's not going to die, or it's not going to get the counters on it, so. If we draw a Wizard Retort, then we might use that instead. I don't know, I guess this. So this Stomp isn't going to kill this thing. Okay, so they wasted a Wild Slash now to kill it too. That's sort of fine. I can just cast Bone Crusher, that's okay. But we need to stop drawing fucking lands, like... that's frustrating. 2 Nykthoses that don't really do anything. Yeah, this is a free attack for them, so... just block here. We can't block this as Menace, so... Fuck me! Like, we're gonna lose because we just are flooding, so... no. We have 8 lands and 4 non-land cards. That's terrible. Alright, well... the problem is Rampaging Ferocidon means if we play Master Waves, we're gonna take a shit ton of damage. There's not a good way to come back from this now. I mean, if we draw Master, we still have to play it, but no, that's effectively like drawing nothing. Well, it's not nothing. You can actually tap something down, so... we're just in some serious danger of dying, though. Like, this thing's gonna attack us, like... okay, yeah, no, we can't come back from 2 of those. Like, there was hope that we could play Master Waves, yeah, like against 1 of those, but there's no way that we can win against 2 of them. So, that sucks. We flooded out. Like, they had a really good aggro game in Game 2, and then we flooded in Game 3. So, yeah, it is what it is. This is brutal. We had, like, our losses were so close, but, like, you know, our game just, like, fell apart. Alright, well, at least for the last match, our hand looks like it's pretty good to start. We go Leyline, we have Omen of the Sea, we'll keep this. Mulligan to 6. We're on the draw. No, not Mono White again, fuck. And this was drawing basically nothing, so we didn't even draw a card this turn. Oh no, this is blue-white control. Okay, I see. Which means we might be seeing Teferi Time Reveler. We have a counterspell, but we cannot actually cast it. If they have Teferi, they're just going to jam it right now. Like 1000%. If they don't, it's because they have like a Absorb or something in hand. So let's play Omen of the Sea. They don't want to counter that. They want the important spells. Put on top, and I think probably another Omen of the Sea is fine. I might just play that if they don't do anything else. We do have a counterspell up now. The Omen is fine because it can bait out like a response from them. Just cast this. If they want to waste a counterspell on it, that's fine. Probably on the bottom and probably on the top. This is looking better and better. we're gonna be able to out mana them. Yep, Azorius Charm, that's fine. They just basically throw it away for a card. Just blue-white cycle. So there's been a while since we played against blue-white control here, so we gotta, like, you know, be very patient with this. So end step. So let's... we have 4 mana here, so let's play... let's play Thassa's Oracle. Ah, okay. Do I want to put one of these on top? It's close. Definitely considering it. Thassa looks pretty good here. You're gonna have a hard time dealing with it. I don't really want to protect any of this other stuff, so... But Thassa is a good counterspell bait, because if we put the other one on top, then we can play this one, and then when they counter it, then play the other one. So I like the idea of that. And then I don't think there's anything that they're going to do here for 5 mana. I think I'm just going to run out Brazen Borrower as well. So this is just more opportunity for them to get them to use mana. Yeah, like that. They have a counterspell. I want them to counter this. And I think they know that I want them to counter this. But okay. Censor. Alright, so maybe they might just have a bunch of those in hand, so let's get in our 1 damage. The only thing that we like 1000% have to counter is Teferi. Right now we have 6 Devotion in play, that's pretty good. Let's do this. Let's get Thassa out. Yes, I know. We want just more counter spells. Let's attack. They have 3 cards left. I think it's probably worth playing Gadwick here, even if they like play Supreme Verdict or something, or slam something of their own, because we're going to get to draw a bajillion cards. I think no, it might just be worth going like full tap out mode here. I want to draw 6 cards. I don't think they have Mystical Dispute in their main deck. So, yeah, that's great. End step, we will just discard an island. Like here, now they're kind of in trouble. They can Supreme Verdict, but that doesn't get rid of Thassa. It's one of the nice things about Omen of the Sea is Thassa is still a threat to them. We have like a bajillion cards now. That's probably fine. I think they're going to lose this one. It's going to take some incredible draw from them in order to not die next turn. Because we can just slam like Master Waves into Master Waves if we want. That's desperation. Main deck, or main phase Omen of the Sea. They have to know that the pain is coming. Let's see, that's 3, 5. I think we just played double Master Waves, right? They might have settled the wreckage, so. Let's see, we could play Thassa's Oracle first. They can try to dig for a counterspell. But a single Master Waves, if it resolves, is already enough. Yeah, let's play the Oracle first. I think we just want Retort into Gadwick for sure. Yeah, because then even if this game drags on, then we're still going to win. How about this one? No! Absolutely not. They had no answer to it. Okay, so. Alright, Gadwick drawing us a bunch of cards at the right time really helped us out there. And Omen of the Sea looked fantastic. That was definitely good. So we want counter spells against this deck. Probably Pithing Needle as well. What is not very good? Honestly, even though Master won us that game, Master of Waves is not really great in this. I don't know, it could be, since we... The problem is, like, normally Master of Waves is not particularly great because... because, you know, it's hard to stick Devotion on the table for him, but if we have stuff like Omen of the Sea, it might be easier to do that. Now, I think his biggest problem is that he costs 4 mana, and I don't want to be tapping 4 mana for him, so... We have to cut some cards. Brazen Borrower, it has flying and is fine. Like, ugh, this is hard. I don't want to cut any of the Merfolk Tricksters, like the Oracle or the Tricksters. I could cut, like, it's hard. All of these cards are so very good against their deck. That's rough. Maybe Pithing Needle is not really going to be necessary for this. See, unlike Spyglass, like, we don't get to know what's in their hand to, like, actually name with this thing. So if we name something with it, it's just kind of in the blind. I guess maybe one Omen of the Sea, but I really don't like cutting this card. I think that we have an incredibly good deck against them, though. We just want to play things at flash speed for the most part. Like, Tempest, this could be a card that, like, I think that this has to be better, though. Yeah, the Spyglass is slightly better because you get the knowledge of knowing what's in their hand, which is actually worth almost more than the needle effect itself is. Like here, we're probably just needling like either Little Teferi or Big Teferi, but I really don't want either of those cards hitting the table in the first place, so... It's hard. Like, I do like Jhin in this just because it's one of those cards where if you stick it at end of... Like, if you flash it in off of a ley line and it just attacks for like 7 damage on its own, it can win the game in like 2 turns. Having flying is nice because they don't have any way to really... They don't have a lot of like creatures in their deck to block with. I think they have the land that makes the human tokens, so... Things like Trickster and Oracle can get brickwalled in the ground. Oh, fuck. This is an incredibly risky hand. We are on the draw. We have 2 of our best cards in this matchup. Oh, man. Why do you have to do this to me? We're not going to have a game going against them, though. No, I think I need lands. Okay, well, I think we're going to lose now. We might just have to keep this, like... And just pray that we were already in pray that we draw land territory, so... I think that the Trickster is probably not going to be good. We have Leyline and Nykthos, and if we draw an island, we can flash in this Omen of the Sea to try to, you know, curve out. Okay, so you're telling me there's hope. Okay. Pass. Like, I don't think they're going to use their counterspells on Omen of the Sea. What is the casting? Monastery Mentor. I really wish I had something to deal with this, but I don't. Put on top, and unfortunately, I need an answer to this Mentor. So I can't afford to, like, keep drawing lands. They're tapped out right now, so this might be a good time to just deploy Thassa. You gotta, again, it's Devotion we have to stick on the board now while we have the opportunity to do so underneath a counterspell. But this Mentor certainly is going to kick our ass. Narset is sort of a problem. If I can get like some Devotion to stick on the board, Thassa can deal with it though. Teferi Hero of Dominaria. So we do have to be worried about that. Yeah, right now that's not what I need. I guess we're just passing. I can't let him untap and play Teferi. I have to attempt to counter that. I only have 5 mana though, but 5 mana is enough to get underneath. That was incredibly risky. What are you gonna do if I just like flash in a Trickster or something and block with Thassa? They might not have another land. Zuri's Charm. Yeah, no, they have to have like enough stuff to not worry about it. I can't really use another one of those right now. And that's not helping at all either. This Mentor is going to be a problem. When you cast and cast out? I guess I have to just cast Gadwick here. Cast Gadwick, draw 1 card, and counter this thing. Doesn't feel very good, but like, I don't know what other alternative I have. Well, I can't. That's alright. Well, that's right. Narset is a thing. I guess that. I don't want him casting out many of my stuff. Alright, well, at least we have Thassa awake. Teferi can still tuck this, though. You know what? Teferi can go tuck himself. This does not look great, though. It definitely puts us behind. The only hope that we have is they don't have a 5th land to cast it. They have to do something in order so that I can't block this with Thassa. Draw a card. Ooh, okay. So they had to have just drawn the Fabled Passage, because I think they would have Windmill Slammed Fabled Passage into Teferi if they did. No. That's useless. Let's try to get Narset off the board so we can draw more cards in the future. Well, that was sort of successful. We have Retort up now, so now this turn when they go to like Slam Teferi, it's not going to work. Which I assume they have to do, right? They revealed this thing. Definitely Gadwick. Yeah. Okay, well, we're turning this around. Gadwick off the top might be exactly what we need here. So we have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can draw 7 cards if I want. I would like to keep this one. The one that's not summoning sick. We have another Gadwick to follow up with. That's nice. So the question is, do I attack here? It's getting hard to attack, but I think I have to send in Gadwick. I think I send in both of these, right? Because I don't think either one of those is going to be blocking. Well, I might need the Oracle too. If they have 6 cards in hand, they might actually be able to mount a comeback, so I'll just send in Gadwick. I don't think they're going to block. They're no real... Really? That feels unnecessary. Okay. So I don't know what they're going to do here, but... Detention Sphere. Oof. I don't know if this is going to work out the way you want it to. I guess... What are you going to target with this thing? Okay. I feel like they have to have another counterspell. Oops. Nope. So I think I want to try to petty theft this detention sphere, because if I can bounce it, then Thassa can block this mentor. They might have a counter. Like, I assume they have a counterspell, but I need them to start using them. Okay, so that's 9, 13 damage right now. I don't know if I can afford to block this. I don't have a good way of coming back from this either. Alright, I really don't have a good plan now. 5, 6, 7. I only have 8 devotion, so let's see. That's 12 mana to work with. How do I go about this? I have 4 cards in hand. I mean, I could deploy a bunch of stuff and tap down their board. It's definitely going to put me in danger of verdict, but maybe what I just have to do is in the upkeep just try to tap as many of these things down as I can. So the question is, do I need to attack? I could. So let's see. They have right now. They have 6 creatures. So I have to. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I can reasonably tap them all down. This assumes that these all resolve too. I think I can attack. No, I don't know. I'm not comfortable with this attack. Maybe I should. Like, that's definitely possible, but... I guess this is fine for right now. Just gonna play another Teferi. Okay. Let's see what they do with it. I'm just drawing a card. Okay, that's fine. Except, can I kill them? Not quite. I still don't have a good way to deal with this. Alright, what do I need here? They're really only going to have one counter spell up. So, 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14. That's still not, yeah, we're not quite there. I think I probably need to put Wizard's Retort on top. So that way I can go for a Gadwick on their turn, and again just like do a turn where I tap down all of their tokens by just drawing a bajillion cards and hopefully tapping enough stuff. So I think the counterspell is what matters. Do I cast the Brazen Borrower right now? Bouncing the Detention Sphere doesn't do anything at the moment. Bouncing the Monastery Mentor I don't think does either. I think I need to wait and try to use this Borrower to bounce this Detention Sphere on their next end step once I have a big enough board to kill them. Right now I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16 devotions, so I think I need to kill off Teferi though. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. I'm only going to attack him for 2. I'm going to put that on top. Okay. That actually sort of helps. Alright, upkeep. Draw 4 cards, so that'll be 1. How much mana do I need to do? I need 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think this will leave me with 10 mana, so 10 mana lets me cast. So that's. I guess how many cards do I need to? I can afford to throw away like 2 oracles here, so I can. So I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have this potentially up. So that's. I guess that's fine. I want to keep that one. Okay. I'm at 5 minutes here. I think I can afford to pay 3 for this. going to cast the Petty Theft on this. Alright. So we're at 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14 damage right now. I don't think that's what I need. So close. But there are 6, 7, 8 things I have to block in. Alright, I can't do it. Damn it, alright. That was so close! But we wasted so much time, we almost got through this. Alright, well, we just need to keep like a really aggro start against them now. I can't afford to go into one of these long, grindy end games. If I have to be very aggressive, I think Master Waves is gonna have to be necessary. I don't have time to be casting things like Disallow. Alright, this is our plan. We have like 3.5 minutes left to try to win this last game. Maybe I should have conceded that game earlier. It was close. We definitely had a chance to win that one. So keep. This has lands and attacks. No. Pass. I gotta like be really proactive about this. Oh my god. Thassa's Oracle. Find us more lands. No. I want to do this before he has counter magic up. So I need to get the clock in play. We're not playing the same game at this point. He's just playing a game to try to drag this out, and Teferi, even if Teferi bounces one of these, it's like not the end of the world. That's terrible. Yeah, I think we lose. We're not going to have time to defeat Elspeth. Oh, fuck. Yeah, they're doing a fantastic job of slowing this game down with Planeswalkers. We didn't see, like, any of these cards before. Let's play around Censor. Okay, we lose. I can't beat the fairy in this amount of time. That sucks. That stupid game 2 took way too much time. I definitely spent too much time on it. And I think that was, yeah, that was a match that we definitely had a very good chance of winning, but, like, I committed way too hard to trying to get, like, a win that was just barely out of grasp in game 2 and didn't realize how much time had passed, so... Ah, fuck. Well, yeah, and our matches versus red and mono white were just like, ugh, god, why? Fucking Walking Ballista ruined our lives, and then the red deck just had, like, ridiculously good draws, and then I think, what, we flooded out the last game or something like that. I don't know, that's okay. Like, the blue-white deck, like, is definitely a match that is winnable, but I don't know if I believe in the reality shift. I think we could do better than that card. The Omen of the Sea seemed like it was fine. I just don't know what to do about this. Like, maybe the rapid hybridization would be slightly better. Maybe, like, Cerulean Drake would be slightly better. I don't know. I really want a card that's good against mono white, but I can't think of any cards that we have that really are. Like, that is just kind of a weakness. And, like, the rest of these cards, like, I don't know, like, Unsubstantiate is sort of okay, but it's also sort of not really okay. Like, this is also sort of okay, but not really that okay against those decks. Like, something like Tidebinder is fine, but this thing gets destroyed really easily. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard to say what the right answer is. I'll have to look more at this and try to figure out a plan, but, like, yeah, it's brutal. A lot of these cards are just really slow and vulnerable. Yeah, I think that we're close. I think that this was definitely an improvement, but yeah, I don't know. Like, we can't realistically beat, like, the mono white deck when they just have, like, everything, and Yeah, I don't know. I think our deck kind of faltered a little bit against red, and you know what? That's fine. The last match is probably my fault. I should have gave up that way sooner than that, but I don't know if there's not really too many significant changes I think we need to make. Probably just this card. Maybe the disallow is not as necessary. Like, I don't like taking out like hard counters because we only have 4 in our main deck, but it could be possible. Like, this just is really good against if we go up against like the Lotus Field deck, I think, because we really want hard counters for that. Other than that, like, I don't really change very much. I think that this is pretty close to where we need it to be. So, alright, that's what we got for today. So, we might do this again later this week. I think this was close enough where, like, there's some potential in this, and I think the Omen of the Sea probably helps a little bit. This might be the card that we want. I want to do more testing with it, so... yeah, I don't really have much else to say about it, so we'll see how it goes. Like, we've been on a string of kind of disappointing losses in MTGO, but part of that has been my fault, but I don't know, part of it is just like things have just been incredibly hostile, so we just gotta play through it until we get back to our 5-0s again. We've had them before, we'll have them again, I promise. They'll be there. Yeah, as far as the schedule for this week, I don't know what it's going to be like over the next like couple days, so it's going to be hard to find time because I have to like start trying to get some of this stuff packed up. Like I said, I'm moving across town, so there might be a slight disruption. Check the Twitter, you know, at Lord Magicus, and I will keep you guys updated there. So until then, take it easy, and I'll see you next time.